I really enjoy personal injury work because I get the opportunity to help those in need at the times when they're most vulnerable. They've
Right.
never been through the process before. They're hurt. They may be out of a job. They may not be getting a paycheck, and they're looking to me and my firm for guidance. And that's, it's really rewarding to come out on the other side and help them the best we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I always tell people I love my job because I help people when they need it the most.
Yeah, true. That is a true statement.
Yeah. All right, we are here today with Mr. Bob Marcus.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You practice in St. Louis, correct?
Correct. I'm the partner in charge of the personal injury department at the Gori Law Firm, and we're based in Madison County, Illinois, which is right across the river in St. Louis.
Got it. At the Gori Law Firm.
Correct. And so we're based in Madison County, but we have offices in New York, Washington, D.C., L.A., Louisiana, Florida. Our firm is known for the asbestos and mass tort litigation. And we've been expanding the practice, and we have a really strong personal injury practice, which I head the department.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You guys are a big firm.
We are. We have about 35 attorneys and about 200 employees nationwide.
Oh my gosh. That overhead sounds scary to me.
The management does a great job. I'll tell you that.
You run the personal injury department of that firm.
I do, yeah. So we focus on trucking accidents, car accidents, nursing home negligence. We have several people in the department that do workers' compensation as well. So we do we do all sorts of personal injury work.
So trucking cases, which is why you're here at the Big Truck and Auto Conference.
Absolutely. I have several going on right now, and those are, it's good to be here. And they put on a great summit this week, and we had beautiful weather for it. So
Yeah, summertime Chicago, you can't beat it.
no, I get it. It's awesome. It really is.
Tell me more about your personal injury practice. I'm assuming you do trucking cases.
Absolutely. Right now, I have a lot of trucking cases, auto, some FELA, some nursing home cases. I mean, we service a lot of clients in Illinois, Missouri. I'm also licensed in Tennessee. We also have out-of-state cases since we are a national law firm, so we do cases all over the country.
What do you feel is the toughest state to practice in of the ones that you work in?
The ones that I work in, I would say Tennessee is probably the toughest. They have some different laws, and being located in Illinois, I'm most familiar with the Illinois jurisdiction. I like the rules and the courts. Tennessee is definitely a little more difficult.
I've heard that Tennessee has caps on non-economic
They
damages.
do have caps, which is one of the reasons why I said it was one of the more difficult ones. Yes,
Yeah,
and they have a
yeah.
shortened statute of limitations as well. So
Really? So what's the statute of limitations there?
it's a 1-year statute.
1 year, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
And then, do you know what the cap limits are?
I now off the top of my head. So.
Yeah, I've been told they're pretty outrageous.
Yeah, they're pretty low. Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah, it definitely does a disservice to the people of
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But great for the corporations, I'm sure.
Definitely great, yeah, for them. But it's not fun. I mean, Missouri has caps on non-economic damages and med mal cases as well. So
Yeah. You know, California has had, it's called MICRA, and they've had caps on non-economic damages since 1975, 76. I think it was the first state to do it. And everybody's just kind of followed suit since then.
yeah, not great. Not great.
I'm hoping things change.
I know. It would be great. It would be great.
So, and you take automobile cases.
Absolutely, that's bread and butter of the department. Is like probably most personal injury firms are automobile cases. I mean, they come in quite frequently, so we handle a lot of those.
Yeah. And then you mentioned nursing abuse.
Yeah, we do handle nursing home abuse cases, which usually involves bed sores, neglect, falls at a nursing home, nutrition or dehydration, sepsis cases. All of those we handle,
God.
especially in Illinois. Illinois has a good nursing home act.
Do you feel that, baby boomers are getting to the age of where they might need to be in a nursing home? Do you feel like the caseload is increased because of that?
We do get a lot of calls for nursing home abuse, and it seems to happen frequently. Seems to happen all over the state of Illinois. We handle some in Missouri as well. It's definitely something that's prevalent in the community.
Yeah. Do you, like I know bed sores happen because they just don't roll them over.
Correct. There should be some wound care mitigation measures for nursing home residents, which might involve turning and repositioning the patient. It might be putting pillows underneath their heels so they don't have heel sores. But then they have to be, they just have to be looked at. They have to be moved. They have to be cared for. And a lot of times these nursing homes will leave residents in a room for days on end.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They leave them, and so they don't feed them. They don't give them water.
No, I mean, I meant for the wound care.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not repositioning them. They're not attending to their wound cares. They're not measuring them like they should. A lot of times, nursing home won't even call a wound care physician.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned nutrition and dehydration. Is that when they're just not giving them food and water?
Absolutely. Or maybe the resident has a swallowing problem. They're not addressing it properly where they really should.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of avenues for neglect for unfortunate elderly residents.
Oh, wow. Do you do any like financial abuse?
No, I've not handled any of the financial abuse cases on nursing.
I've heard that's happening too, where family members are taking advantage of their elderly relatives.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's more of a breach of contract case as well, because there's always a contract signed with a nursing home, and they don't find out what happens until later on when all the money's gone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Well, we definitely want people like you fighting for.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate that. Can you tell me the craziest case that you've handled?
By crazy, if you mean unfortunate, I had handled one several years ago. It was a horrific trucking collision that claimed the lives of two of my clients that were young females, and that was it was devastating to the family, devastating to the community, and really made an impact on me. And that was a horrific case.
What do you mean by impact on you?
Well, I think that's the reason why you practice law, is to try and help people in that situation. But unfortunately, there's so much tragedy and devastation. It really it changes the lives of so many people involved. And it's just, from a distracted truck driver who's not paying attention.
Can you tell what happened with the truck? How did the accident happen?
Traffic was slowed on an interstate down in Madison County, Illinois. The driver of the truck did not appreciate that traffic slowed in front of him, and he just basically stopped traffic on the interstate at full speed.
Wow.
And it was a 6 or 7 car pile up. Yeah, it was awful.
And so you represented the family of the girls.
Correct.
Do you remember getting that phone call or talking to them initially?
Oh, absolutely. I remember talking to the family many, many times. It's heartbreaking to help them through that process, but I think that's what I'm there for, is to make sure, when they come out on the other side, that they're taking care of the best that we can.
Yeah. And did you try that case, or was it settled?
Resolved.
It settled.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Another crazy case that I had was actually a decapitation case involving an employee of a tree removal company, and a tree shredder was involved, and it was
awful.
It was horrific, where he was working on the ground and putting branches into a tree shredder. Well, the branches are lowered through a rope, and so there's specific protocols that you're supposed to take when doing this work. And the rope got tangled in the branches. And so when the branches, which he did not fully appreciate, I'm sure, but when the branches are put into the tree shredder, the rope gets caught into the shredder, which is like a drum,
right,
which revolves really, really fast. And so when the rope gets sucked in, it's like a zip. So it goes immediately in.
Right.
Unfortunately, the rope, the way he was standing, it got caught around his neck.
Oh.
And yes, he got decapitated. And that was a horrific case.
That's something out of a horror movie.
It was bad. It was very, very bad.
Yeah, gosh.
That was very bad.
What was the protocol that they didn't follow? Where was the mess up?
The mess up was the tree company made alterations to the tree shredder and removed some safety devices, which could have prevented this tragedy.
Yeah. What were the safety devices?
It was a stop bar that if it's pressed, it'll stop the tree shredder, and that was deactivated.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did they say why they deactivated it?
No, they never.
Gosh. Yeah, that's no good.
That was bad.
Well, that's definitely a crazy case.
Yeah. No, that was another one.
Do you feel, because I feel this, is I'm more paranoid than most people. I assume just like an ER doctor would be more paranoid just because you see how all the bad stuff happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're married?
I am.
When your wife drives, are you a good backseat driver or a bad backseat driver?
I'm not a very good backseat driver, I would say. I keep my mouth shut, but it's because it's horrible out there. People are really distracted with phones and everything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you see people texting driving every single day on the freeway, and you're like, you get upset. It upsets you, but at the same time, those are the people that you have business because of human negligence, human error.
Absolutely.
So it is upsetting.
Yeah.
So do you feel like do you have kids?
I do. I have 2 kids, wonderful kids.
How old are they?
My daughter is 20 and my son turns 19 tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're a helicopter parent?
No, I don't think so. We let them. They're great kids. They're very smart and they're very responsible. And so I wouldn't classify us as helicopter parents. We're caring. We try and get involved where we need to, but again, we let them do their own thing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a helicopter parent.
How old are your kids?
7, 9, and 1.
I think that'll get better once they get a little bit older.
I hope so, because right now I'm a imperative freak.
Yeah, no, and you're in the thick of it. 7, 9, and 1. That's tough. Those are tough ages.
Yeah.
And they're spread out too.
So if you weren't doing personal injury, would you still be practicing law, or would you be doing something else?
I don't know. I never thought about that. I guess I would still be practicing law, but I don't know what else I would do. I have some experience in other areas of law, but nothing that I enjoy as much as personal injury.
Yeah.
But I currently serve as the mayor of Glen Carbon, Illinois.
No kidding, you're mayor.
I am.
So we should have been calling you mayor this whole time.
No. You don't have to here.
How's that job?
It's great. You're great. So in Illinois, there's legislation where you can have a full-time mayor or a part-time mayor. So Glen Carbon is in Madison County. We have about 14,000 residents. And so we have a part-time mayor and a full-time village administrator. And so I ran in 2021, won the election, and I again ran this year unopposed. So I'm in my second term.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So nobody opposed you. You must be doing a good job.
I guess things are going well in the village. Yeah. No, it's a job to take seriously, but we have great people that work for the village. They care about it. They care about the residents. So we just try and make sure we provide good services to the residents of the village of Glen Carbon, make sure the tax money is well spent. And we just try and do a good job overall.
What's the biggest challenge you've had as mayor so far?
The biggest challenge that I have is we're working on getting a water plant built. And so that is a very long and labored process.
Is it because of regulation or?
Regulation, the design process, the location, funding, everything is always a hurdle. Inflation has really increased the price.
Right.
So right now the design is finalized. We'll be going out to bid in the next, second half of this year. And then the board will decide whether to proceed with finalizing the water plant or exploring other options. So as mayor, I don't have a vote unless there's a tie on certain issues.
Okay.
So we have 6 board members, and they all vote on all the issues.
What's the most expensive aspect of the water plant?
The most expensive aspect is the construction materials. They've just skyrocketed, and so this plant will be between $20 and $30 million.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah.
And so where does the funding come from? Is it from taxpayers?
Yeah, basically you have a couple different options. One is the municipality will probably get a loan through the IEPA or a private loan, and it's over a long period of time. And then the funding can come from village sources, or when you pay your water bill, that will go towards the payment of the the water plant. And the theory, I guess, is the thought of building our own is to have more control over it. We can control the rates. We can control what we do as far as maintenance, water quality, treatment. The other option is if we went with another provider, then they're in control. We have to rely on them for chemicals and feed and all of that. So that's I think that's why the board decided to go explore this option.
Do you have anybody within the village that is just a complete antagonist?
No one that I could talk about, I would say. But yeah, there's always going to be people that complain. And again, we try and address it. And problems do get to me, but it's not an everyday occurrence because we have great staff at the village that if there's a resident complaint, we try and get on it. We try and fix it. We try and find a reasonable solution for the complaint. And usually if they ask the village, the department head, they say no, then last the administrator, he'll say no, then they come to me and then I have to be the final bearer of bad news. Usually that's how it works. So I don't get too many complaints, and we have great residents in the village. It's a wonderful community.
Awesome.
And being mayor of the village, really helps my law practice as well, because I meet a lot of people in the community as mayor. They know I'm a partner at the Gori Law Firm, so I get a lot of questions, and it lends some, credibility within the community and a name for myself. And so it really just, it builds trust is what it does.
Yeah, I would say that you name recognition right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it helps. Yeah. Absolutely. It doesn't hurt. That's for sure. Unless,
unless you do something they don't like.
Unless they're mad I raise their water rates or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like your position as mayor also helps you in the courtroom, in front of judges, in front of juries?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, because I know many of the local judges, and they know me, and they know I'm an elected official just like them. So it does help, and I get calls from a lot of officials and elected officials in the community if they have a village issue, whether it's a family member, a friend, or a constituent of theirs. They'll call and say, "Hey, my son has a problem. What can we do?" And I just try and help them or point them in the right direction.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's helped you bring in cases to the Gori Law Firm?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so tell me a little bit. Do you work with the asbestos at all, or?
I help out the asbestos department for trials.
Okay.
And so when a trial comes around or trial prep comes around, I might help the asbestos team prepare for trial and try the case.
For those that don't know, I mean, what are the asbestos case? What do they involve?
At the Gori Law Firm, for many years, we've been the #1 filer of mesothelioma cases in the country. So that's what we focus on as a firm, are asbestos-caused cancers, which is mesothelioma and then lung cancer. So we have many jurisdictions where the firm files cases.
Well, is there anything else that you feel like you want to add or talk about?
Yeah, I really enjoy personal injury work because I get the opportunity to help those in need at the times when they're most vulnerable. They've never been through the process before. They're hurt. They may be out of a job. They may not be getting a paycheck, and they're looking to me and my firm for guidance. And that's, it's really rewarding to come out on the other side and help them the best we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I always tell people I love my job because I help people when they need it the most.
Yeah. True. That's a true statement. Yeah. I'm also special counsel for the Illinois Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission.
So what is that?
So the ARDC is the governing body that supervises all the lawyers for registration and disciplinary matters. And I serve as special counsel to the ARDC. So if a complaint comes in against a lawyer that's affiliated with the ARDC, that's either directly an employee of the ARDC or perhaps serves on one of the volunteer boards, like a hearing board or review board, if a complaint comes in, they send it out to special counsel, and there's 3 or 4 in the state, and I'm one of them, and I'm based, in the Southern Illinois special counsel.
ARDC. So is that if a lawyer does something outside of the professional ethics and?
Correct. Yeah, it's usually an ethical complaint against a lawyer that's affiliated with the ARDC. They would send it to me so I can investigate it and prosecute it if necessary.
So you guys are, I guess, the policing agency for the lawyers in Illinois.
Correct. Absolutely.
What is the most egregious case you've gotten so far?
I wish I could talk about any of these cases. I can't. They're all confidential.
Well, and that's good. So if there's any pointers out there for attorneys to things to avoid.
Yeah. I mean, you could always ask for help. I mean, there's ARDC has a hotline where you can ask and submit a question, and they'll respond, or get a good mentor. Make sure a lot of the complaints are with IOLTA accounts, because newer lawyers don't know how to properly handle client money, and they're doing anything wrong, but they might overdraft their account. Well, that should never happen.
Right.
And so, the ARDC website has a lot of great resources for lawyers and new lawyers. So, there's plenty of avenues to where you can get educated and refresh your memory on what to do in a specific situation. Because there's a lot of weird things happen out there.
Yeah. So I guess, so you think IOLTA is a common way that lawyers get in trouble?
I think it's the most common in Illinois. I can't remember the exact statistics, but as of several years ago, it's usually the most frequent event where the ARDC gets involved. And a lot of times it's just a letter saying, hey, we noticed your IOLTA account's overdrawn. But sometimes it could be client theft, lawyer stealing client money.
And so you think, I guess a good solution would probably be get a bookkeeper?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have to have really great records and a good bookkeeper, a good accountant. We have a great accounting department at the Gori Law Firm, and they're very busy and they do a fantastic job. So you really have to, stay on top of your own books. It's just the hurdles of running your own law practice.
Yeah. Is there any other common way that lawyers can get in trouble?
Stealing client money is definitely one of them. That's a frequent one that is seen in the ARDC world, and that's usually met with a sanction, because that is a big no-no. Because you can't steal people's money. You're a fiduciary,
right?
And so when it comes in, you have to give it to the client,
right?
Yeah.
And so you mentioned you help prepare the asbestos team for trial. So are you a trial attorney?
Yes, I am.
You have a good amount of experience with trial work.
Absolutely, yes. I've tried cases in several states, including Illinois, Mississippi, Florida, and we've had great results at trials and settling cases off of trials as well.
How do you prepare for trial?
It's a long process, and the trial preparation starts at the beginning of the case, and the main decision is whether you want to try that case or not. You have to start from the beginning of the case to prepare it properly and work it up for trial.
Right.
So you have to get your experts on board early, make sure your client is getting the proper medical care, and really work the case up as if you're going to try it. And it starts from the day you sign it up or the day they walk in.
Right. No, I agree. I think that a little trick that I do at our firm is I prepare the verdict form early on in the case. So I know, okay, this is what I'm going to ask the jury to check yes or no on. And so what evidence do I need in order to prove those things?
It really helps you focus on the end goals, and you can keep that in mind as you go through the medical records, go through the discovery, figure out what you need to prove, and then how you're going to prove it.
Yeah, it's a streamlined approach.
No, it is. It's good. That's a very good approach.
Would you say that you have an aggressive approach to cases, that you have a more cordial approach? What would you say is your style?
It really depends on the case and the location of the case. If it's in Illinois, I have a more cordial approach. If I'm out of state or a different jurisdiction, I might adjust my approach. So it really depends on the circumstances of the case, the court I'm in, and the defense attorney as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess if the defense attorney is not being nice, then
absolutely. But I think for the vast majority, people want to enjoy their jobs. They want to respect each other, and that happens in most cases. But sometimes it's a dogfight.
Yeah, yeah. What's the worst dogfight you've had?
The longest dogfight I had, I say, I had a case that went to the United States Supreme Court. I tried it. It was an FELA case, and I tried it in the Southern District of Illinois. I got a verdict there, and the defendant railroad wanted to appeal it and try and change the the causation standard in FELA cases.
And what does FELA stand for?
So the Federal Employers Liability Act. It's a federal statute that governs injuries that happen to employees of the railroad workers. So it's a special statute. So railroad workers are not covered by state workers' compensation laws.
Got it. Okay, so it's an entirely different set of laws
Yes, it's entirely different federal statute. And so that was an interesting case because I tried it, I won it. They appealed to the Seventh Circuit in Chicago here in Cook County. We won that appeal, and then they appealed it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court actually took the case. And this is almost 15 years ago. Took the case, and we hired a Supreme Court attorney to argue the case for us. He did a fantastic job, and we prevailed. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh! So you have a case that you've won at the Supreme Court level.
Absolutely, yeah. And I sat at the council table and everything. It was a very awesome experience.
That is so cool.
That was great.
So did you get admitted into the Supreme Court? What is it that you have to do?
You have to get admitted, yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times bar associations will sponsor admission. They'll say, oh, if you get out there, we'll have 5 or 10 members just to get their Supreme Court license. And people will advertise that or say that. But when you have a case there, yeah, you have to apply to get admitted. And I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah. And then so you're sitting there at counsel's table and you're looking at all these judges. Did any of them look like they weren't listening to your case, or that they just did not want anything to do with your case?
Yeah, there was one justice that may have nodded off.
You don't have to call them out.
There was one that may have nodded off, but it was a surreal experience to see all the justices there and to appear before Justice Ginsburg. That was an honor. So it was great. It was an awesome experience.
That's got to be pretty cool because I mean they probably don't think of themselves this way, but they're famous. I mean, there's so. We see them everywhere, we see them on TV and read about them, and to actually see them in person, it's like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely. No, it was a great experience. It was an expensive experience. I wouldn't want to do it again, but it was a great experience. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you say it was expensive?
Because to get through the appellate process and to do it right, you really have to hire the attorneys that practice in the Supreme Court every day.
Right.
And we did that, and they were excellent.
But they're not cheap.
No, it is a lot of work that they did. I mean, that was a long process.
Is there a particular case that you found the most rewarding?
Yeah, I've had a couple cases in my career that were industrial accidents. They occurred at work, but I was able to turn them into something more where you have a good third-party case, or even have a different type of recovery from the employer. And I'm proud of those because it really gives the family a recovery that they would not otherwise be entitled to under the Workers' Compensation Act.
Can you explain that to me for a little bit? So
yeah, I mean, so I had a case, and it was an explosion case. I was able to recover. It was a large employer, and it was multifaceted, where there might have been multiple entities all related to this employer or under the same umbrella. The defense argument was it was a straight workers' compensation case. I had a different opinion, and those favorably resolved, and I'm happy for that, for those settlements for the clients, because it really, again, it gives them some type of compensation for their losses that they would not otherwise be entitled to.
So I guess in essence, what you're saying is you had a case and it would normally be limited by the workers' compensation.
Correct.
And you were able to get it out of workers' compensation so you can get a better third-party recovery?
Third party and first party, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, how'd you do that? What was the method?
I really analyzed the corporate structure of the defendant and made some great arguments about their control, their hiring practices, their safety practices, and was able to incorporate people up and down the single corporate structure, other entities related to this entity. So
got it.
Yeah, and that's, again, those are cases I think my clients, and they almost don't even understand what happened, because it's like, oh, they had a great loss. And, they know there's that risk, but that's happened a couple of times in my career. And I think it's very rewarding, because it's a case where you could just sign it off as a work comp case and be done with it in 2 months versus it taking 3 or 4 years, you know?
Yeah. So going the extra mile to get a better result.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm proud of those.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Mayor Marcus,
yeah,
we appreciate you sitting down and talking with us.
thank you very much. I appreciate the invite.
How do people get in touch with you?
You can go to my firm's website is www.gorilaw.com, GORILAW. I'm all over the internet with my law firm page, my mayor page, my cell phone's out there.
Do you want people giving your cell phone number? I don't know.
I don't know. They have it. It's out there.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do people ever crank call you?
No.
Send you horrible text?
No, I don't get that. Even I thought the mayor stuff earlier would. I don't get anything, which is good. I'm thankful for that.
Even with, I don't even have my cell phone number that much out there, but I feel like every once in a while I get the 3 a.m. call. Hey, I got arrested. I don't even do criminal law. You don't get that?
No, I get more spam calls than anything, but none of the bad calls.
Awesome.
No prank calls.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. And enjoy the rest of the conference.
All right. Thanks. You too. Thank you.